Special thanks to Patreon supporter Brick Bros 2016 for making this video possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared204 here, bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and doing our first ever Italian jet, the Aermacchi MB-339. The MB-339 is an Italian military jet, trainer, and light attack aircraft. It was developed as a replacement for the earlier MB-326. The aircraft's first flight was back in August of 1976. It was introduced into service in 1979. It is currently still in active production and in active service, and approximately 230 have been built. It's seen a lot of service basically around the world with air forces such as the Italian, the Malaysian Air Force, the Iranian, and also the United Arab Emirates. So it's seen a very large, wide range of usage. The aircraft itself seems to be more used as a trainer by the Italian Air Force, while some of the other, I guess second world countries almost. I guess probably a combination of first and second world countries are also using it as a trainer, but also they are equipping it with bombs, missiles, and kind of making it more of a light attack aircraft, as it was also capable of serving the role of. The version you can see right in front is kind of that version, a light attack aircraft. Typically the trainers did not really have any kind of bombs, missiles, anything like that really attached to the hard points underneath the wings. And also it seemed like the Italian versions were pretty much all grayed out, but I felt it would look a lot better to kind of put a little bit of camouflage on. I saw online for it, so we got like a green and gray camouflage, and obviously if you want to, you can just make it all gray and make it to your liking. Anyways, though, going ahead and moving on, I want to go ahead and give a special thanks to Patreon supporter Brick Bros 2016 for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more than you guys already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is down in the description, where you can pledge a small amount to donate to the channel every month. It's much appreciated, and it helps me out a lot. Helps me out a lot as a creator. Of course, it isn't necessary or anything like that, but there are some cool perks for taking a part in pledging a small amount every month, so feel free to check it out if you are interested. Alright guys, so now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the aircraft. So going ahead and taking a look at it, it's quite a small aircraft really, compared to the Tornado we have behind there. This aircraft is only about 2/3 of the length. So it's a very small aircraft, hence why it's a trainer and just a light attack aircraft. So starting off with, we have obviously the cockpit and the front nose located here. The cockpit would be able to sit two, a pilot and obviously probably an instructor. However, with other versions, I'm not 100% sure how that works, like the light attack aircraft. Not really sure what might be going on there. If they actually have two people in there, or they just have one, who knows. So then we have the wings here with drop tanks located on the edges of the wings, and we also have a little bit of a loadout here. So we have a kind of like a I gotta figure out what the name is because I use them so much, but they're like basically like the drum with a bunch of missiles in them. And then we also have the much larger, I believe this is probably a bomb of some sort on both sides there, if I remember correctly. So those are located on both sides here, wings, and that's pretty much all this aircraft can really support. Since it's not a large aircraft, it's not going to be able to have really more than that. We have the air intakes here for the jet engine. Continue back, we have obviously the tail here, some little fins that kind of pop out on the bottoms here, the horizontal stabilizers, the vertical stabilizer, and obviously the jet engine located right back here. Obviously it's a really cool aircraft, very unique in our first ever Italian modern aircraft, so that's also a really cool feature as well. But anyways, let's go and dive into the tutorial by beginning our first layer, which I believe will probably be technically starting off with layer 2. But we'll see once we get to that. But anyways, let's move on to our first layer. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our first layer, we'll be technically starting off with layer 3. Now the reason why we're doing this is just because there's a lot more of the aircraft being built in this layer, and it's a little bit easier to go back down to layers 1 and 2 and to add on rather than just starting straight off at this, or basically layer 1, which makes stuff a little bit more confusing for you guys. A few things, if you guys are completely new to my tutorials, the way I like to structure these tutorials is I like to do half on camera, half off. What this means is that I'll have the left side pre-built, and I'll be building the right side, and then in between layers, you'll be, you know, up to you guys to transfer what you build on the right side over to the left side. This aircraft is completely symmetrical, so whatever we do on one side, you're going to do to the other side. Also, if you do plan on building the landed version, which we do have included down below there will need to be a certain amount of space you have. So since this is layer 3, this is going to be basically the third block up from ground level. So you should have a 2-block space between the start of this layer here and the ground level here. You can see the orange wool representing the space and the black wool representing the ground. So make sure that that is established if you're building this thing landed. If you're in the air, then you really have nothing to worry about. You can just start obviously wherever, but note that this is not going to be the lowest point of the aircraft. We have 2 more blocks of necessary space before you know, anything, so ground clearance, whatever. Just note that right there. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place down a polished andesite block. This is going to be near the nose of the aircraft, as you can see this block right here. So there's quite a bit of space needed for the back of the aircraft, but not enough. Not only 2 more blocks of space needed for the front. So coming off this polished andesite block toward the front, we're going to place down 2 stone brick top slabs. We're also going to be building the aircraft completely in polished andesite, or just completely in stone to start off with, and then we'll be coming back and adding the camouflage a little bit later. So after this polished andesite block, we're going to place down an additional 2 polished andesite blocks, so we have a row of 3 here. We then want to go ahead and take our quartz blocks. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 quartz full blocks back from that row of 3 polished andesite blocks. We then want to place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 quartz top slabs, and then a iron trapdoor on the very end of this last quartz top slab. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and go back up to the front here. We're going to grab ourselves some cobblestone walls. We're going to place down 1 and 2 cobblestone walls on these 2 polished andesite blocks right here, leaving them one up here in the front alone. We then want to take our stone brick stairs. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 upside down stone brick stairs. We then want to grab ourselves some quartz stairs. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 quartz upside down stairs. Once that's done, we're going to take stone brick stairs again, place down a row of 1, 2, 3 stone brick upside down stairs, and we're actually going to place down a 4th, and then we want to place down a corner upside down stone brick stair come off that row of 4. So we have 4 regular upside down stairs and a corner stair on the end here, and then come off the corner stair a stone brick top slab. Once that's done, going back up to the front up here, off this quartz upside down stair here, we're going to place down a stone brick top slab. Going back from the stone brick top slab, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 quartz top slabs back. After that's done, we're going to place down 2 iron trapdoors back. Continuing on, we're then going to place down a stone brick stair, come off this stone brick upside down stair, followed by a stone brick slab back from the stone brick stair, and then a second stair after that, coming off that slab like that. So you have something that looks like this on the side here, and obviously you'll be copying that over to the air side. Continuing on to the wing section, we're going to go ahead and go off this quartz slab here. We're going to place down an additional quartz top slab, followed by 1 and 2 more backs, even a row of 3 here. And then this time we're just going to place down 1 iron trapdoor on the end here. We're going to go ahead and repeat this row one more time. So 1, 2, and 3 quartz top slabs and a iron trapdoor like that. Alright guys, so continuing on for this section here, we're going to go ahead and go to the quartz top slab here facing toward the front. So we're going to place down an iron trapdoor, followed by a row 2 of quartz top slabs behind it, and then another iron trapdoor on the rear here. And we want to repeat that 2 more times, or sorry, 1 more time. So an iron trapdoor, followed by 2 quartz top slabs back, and an iron trapdoor like that. Once that's done, we're going to take our cobblestone walls. We're going to place down 1 and 2 cobblestone walls and a quartz stair coming off that cobblestone wall toward the front there for the hard point. Continuing on, we're going to take some iron trapdoors. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 iron trapdoors along the side of the quartz stair and also the 2 cobblestone walls. We're going to do the same thing again for the second hard point. So we're going to place down 2 cobblestone walls and again a quartz stair coming off the first cobblestone wall there up in the front. And then on the sides here, again, 3 iron trapdoors on the side like that. Once that's all done there, we're going to take some quartz top slabs. We're going to go ahead and come off of this iron trapdoor up here. So a quartz top slab to the side, followed by a quartz top slab back, and then 1 also going toward the front. Now coming off this quartz top slab toward the front, we're going to place down another iron trapdoor like this. And going back here to this section, coming off this quartz top slab, we're going to place down 2 iron trapdoors back. So you get something that looks like that. Now you can see here that we have layer 3 complete, so we have this right side done. It's now up to you guys to copy it over to the left side, and once you guys do, you'll be good to go ahead and move on to the next layer. Once that's all complete, we can now move on to our next layer, layer 1 through 2. Alright guys, moving on to layers 1 through 2. For these layers, we're going to be going ahead and focusing in on putting our bombs slash missiles onto the hard points, and also just finishing off a few little touches here on the bottom of the aircraft. To get started here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to want to take some iron trapdoors. We're going to start off by placing down an iron trapdoor at the bottom of this polished andesite block up here, so the third one from the front. And we also want to go ahead and go all the way back here to our third from last year. So we have 1, 2, and our third quartz top set, or full block from the end here. We're going to place down an iron trapdoor on the bottom of that as well. So we have a nice row of iron trapdoors. This whole row in total is going to be 12 iron trapdoors along the bottom here like that. We then want to go ahead and go to our basically stone brick stairs and the slab here. We're going to place down 2 iron trapdoors, one underneath this one slab and one underneath this stone brick stair. So just like that on the bottom there. Now once that's all done, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a green hardened stank wave block, a dark oak wood slab, and a zombie head followed by some signs. Now if you are building the aircraft gray, I would recommend probably doing the bombs and stuff. You could also do them gray, but I do think green kind of adds a nice highlight to them. So that's kind of up to you on what you want to do for there. But we're going to be going ahead and doing them green all together. So, but you can obviously change that up if you guys want to. So starting off with, we're going to go to the bottom of this quartz stair here. Then we're going to do the bigger missile here on the farthest inside. So we're going to place down a green stank wave block on the bottom of the stair, followed by 1 green stank wave block going toward the front. Coming off this green stank wave block, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood slabs. On both sides of these slabs, we're going to go and place down signs. So just like this on both sides. And once that's done, we're also going to go ahead and grab ourselves a zombie head and place down a zombie head coming off this dark oak wood slab also toward the front there. Now going toward the back, we're going to place down a green stank wave block again, followed by a dark oak wood slab. On both sides of the slab, we're going to place down a sign like that. And then on the very back here, we're just going to place down another slab coming off this one toward the back with a zombie head coming off this slab. Now when we get to this section here, we're going to go ahead and want to place down a dark oak wood slab, or top slab that's coming off the bottom of, or this slab to the bottom. And we're also going to want to place down a top slab that's coming off the slab toward the top up here. So it's going to kind of create a little bit of an X shape once we're kind of done with it. So obviously don't make the mistake I just did there and place it down on one of the slabs, because you'll break it and the signs will break. But we can just go ahead and swap that out real quick to make it a little bit easier on ourselves. And just like this. And so you should get something like this for the back fins here for the bomb. So that's going to do it for this first one here. On the bottom, we also want to add a little bit to the bottom here. So on the bottom of this dark oak wood tops or slab here, we're going to place down a iron trapdoor, followed by 1, 2, and 3 quartz slabs toward the front, and then we're going to go ahead and grab some iron trapdoors and place down 1 and 2 toward the front as well. So once that's all done there, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves our green stank wave blocks again, and we're going to do the missile pods here out to the sides. So these are pretty simple. We're going to start off by going ahead and going to this cobblestone wall here, place down a green stank wave block on the bottom, followed by 1, 2, 3 forward, so you have a nice row of 4 there. On the 4th green stank wave block forward, we'll place down a zombie head, and then on the back here, we just want to go ahead and place down a wooden trapdoor, which I'll go ahead and grab. So just a wooden trapdoor on the back here, like that. And once you guys have that all complete, that is going to do it for layers 1 through 2. Obviously, you'll take that same design for the missiles and swap it over to the air side. And with that all done, that's going to do it for layers 1 through 2. With that, let's move on to layer 4. Alright guys, so moving on to our next layer, we have layer 4. For layer 4, we're going to go ahead and begin by working on the front nose here. So we're going to start off by placing down a nether brick slab on top of this stone brick top slab. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves black wool, place down 2 black blocks back from this nether brick slab. Continue down our center row, we can go ahead and choose to leave a space of 5 open if you do want to work on some kind of interior for the aircraft. I'm not including that with the tutorial, but if you guys want to, you can leave the space open to add your own interior. For me, I'm just going to leave it empty space so you guys can add on to it, but anyways, a space of 5 here, you can choose to fill it in if you guys want to. Whatever you guys would want to do for that, it's up to you. Anyways, after this space of 5 here, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 polished andesite blocks back. So it should end on top of this first quartz top slab basically on both sides of this. Basically, you have these 2 stone brick top slabs here sticking out on both sides from layer 3. Anyways, once that's done, we're going to place down a glowstone block, followed by an orange stained glass block that's going to be directly after it. And this orange stained glass block, again, just for reference, is going to be on this quartz top slab. Once that's done, we're going to go back up here to the front. We're going to grab ourselves cobblestone walls, place down a cobblestone wall, come off the side of this second black wool block, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these cobblestone walls back. We're then going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 polished andesite blocks back just like that. So with that done, we're then going to place down a cobblestone wall on top of this stone brick top slab on both sides. Coming off the glowstone block and also the orange stained glass block, we're going to place down 2 stone brick ups and downstairs, and then a cobblestone wall that goes back like that. Now, coming off the first stone brick stair here, we're going to place down 3 quartz slabs out to the side, and then coming off the second stair, we're going to place down 3 stone slab blocks out to the side. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and go to the wings now. We're going to place down a nether brick slab on top of the stone brick slab right here. We then want to place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 stone brick slabs back, followed by a row of 1 and 2 iron trap doors. For our next section here, we're going to go ahead and do a repeating pattern here. So we're going to place down a iron trap door in the front here, followed by 1 and 2 stone brick slabs back, and an iron trap door. We're going to go ahead and do this 3 more times. So 1 and 2 stone brick slabs, iron trap door on both sides. Again, 1 and 2 iron trap doors, stone brick slabs, followed by an iron trap door on both sides, and lastly, 2 stone brick slabs, iron trap door on both sides, to give you a total of 4 of these rows of 2 here, like that. Once that's done, we're going to place down a iron trap door on top of this quartz stair, stone brick slab back, and iron trap door on this cobblestone wall here. Continuing on, we're going to go and repeat this same pattern again 4 times. So we have iron trap door, stone brick slab, iron trap door. Again, iron trap door, stone brick slab, iron trap door, and again, one more time, iron trap door, stone brick slab, and iron trap door. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and arrive to the ends here. So coming off this stone brick slab here, we're going to place down a polished andesite block, followed by 1 more toward the front. Coming off this polished andesite block, we're going to place down a stone brick stair and a stone brick slab like that. For the back here, we're going to place down a stone brick stair coming off the polished andesite block, followed by a stone brick slab back, and then a iron trap door coming off the stone brick slab. Once that's all done there, it's going to kind of do it for that, and you'll take this design now, flip it over to the other side, and you'll have layer 4 complete. With that, let's move on to our next layer, layer 5. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer 5. For layer 5, we're going to go ahead and get started by placing down a iron trap door on top of this black wool block right here. Once that's done, we want to go ahead and go back from the iron trap door with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 light gray stained glass blocks back. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and go to the first 5 light gray stained glass blocks and place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 light gray stained glass panes along the sides here. On both sides of this light gray stained glass full block here, the 6th one back, we're going to place down a stone brick stair that's going to be like that on both sides here. Going back from the light gray stained glass block in the middle, we're going to place down 2 polished andesite blocks, followed by a stone brick stair with the back to the polished andesite block. We then want to place down a row of what is going to be 3 stone brick slabs, a stone brick stair facing the opposite direction from this stair. On the back of this stair here, we're going to place down 2 polished andesite blocks, followed by a stone slab full block. And on both sides of the stone slab full block, we're going to place down a sign. Going back from the stone slab full block, we're going to place down a stone brick slab, followed by 2 iron trapdoors back like that. We then want to grab ourselves some light gray carpet. We're going to place down a light gray carpet on these 2 stone brick upside down stairs, and also on these 3 quartz top slabs for the horizontal stabilizers. Once that's complete, we're going to go back up here to this section here. Coming off this stone brick stair, we're going to place down a stone brick stair like this after. So we have a corner stair of stone brick, regular stair. Coming off this stair here, another corner stair like that, followed by 1 and 2 stone brick slabs back. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves some iron trapdoors, place down 1, 2, and 3 iron trapdoors going back from that stone brick slab, just like that. Once that's all complete there, that is going to do it for layer 5. With that, we'll probably move on to our last final layers, which are going to basically consist of layers 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're going to put the top of the aircraft pretty much on, and then we'll move down to landing gear and also the camo. So with that, let's move on to our last final layers, layers 6 through 9. Alright guys, so moving on to our last final layers here, we have layers 6 through 9. To go ahead and get started, we're going to go ahead and start off by going to the cockpit. For this, we're going to place down a narrow brick slab on the second light gray stained glass full block. Going back from this narrow brick slab, we're going to place down 1 and 2 light gray stained glass full blocks back, followed by 1 and 2 narrow brick slabs, and then a iron trapdoor like that going back. And that's going to do it there for the front cockpit. Once that's done, moving up to basically the back here, the vertical stabilizer. For this, we're going to start off by placing down a cobblestone wall on top of this polished andesite block. We then want to place down a polished andesite block going back from the cobblestone wall, then a stone slab full block on both sides of the stone slab full block. We're going to go ahead and place down a sign on both sides. Going ahead and continue on, we're going to go ahead and repeat the same thing again. So cobblestone wall, polished andesite block, and a stone slab full block. Again, a sign on both sides of the stone slab full block. Continuing on to our next layer, we're going to go ahead and place down a polished andesite block on top of this one right here, followed by a skeleton skull. I'm going to go ahead and grab one real quick. We're going to place down a skeleton skull coming off the polished andesite block toward the front, toward the cockpit there. Coming off this polished andesite block, we're going to go ahead and place down a stone slab full block here. Again, a sign on both sides there like that. Once that's done, on the very top here, to finish it off, we're going to place down a stone brick stair on top of the polished andesite block, and right behind the stone brick stair, we're going to place down a polished andesite block, just like that. So once that's all done there, that's going to pretty much do it for the in-flight version of the aircraft. As you can see, pretty sleek, pretty nice looking in the gray, and obviously the camo there will be a little bit of an addition to it. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the next part of the tutorial, which is going to be covering how to put the camouflage on the aircraft. And there will be a time skip displayed at the start of that, so if you aren't interested in having it gray still and just move on to landing gear, you'll be able to go ahead and skip that if you guys do want to. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into putting the green camouflage mixed in with the silver. So real quick guys, before we go ahead and move into putting the camouflage on, as you can see I kind of already recorded that, so I'm kind of going back a little bit in time in the video here. You won't have the camouflage on your aircraft just yet, I'll be covering that next. I just wanted to cover something real quick, as it was kind of a few little last minute changes I decided to make real quick on the aircraft. And that's because I was referring to a picture just recently, and I was like, well, this needs to be fixed, this needs to be added. So what we're going to do here is we actually want to go ahead and place down a zombie head, and we need to have a refueling probe. So we're going to place down a zombie head coming off this cobblestone wall. We're going to place down a placeholder block coming off the skeleton skull, and then come off the placeholder block, skeleton, so we're going to place down another skeleton skull, break this block, and then place down a end rod in between them for the refueling probe. And this is going to be on the right side of the aircraft, and the right side only up here toward the front. We then also, last thing, we're going to go to the back to this this dark oak wood stair, and we're going to place down a nether brick fence post on top of the dark oak wood stair, just like that. And once you have those little additions made, we can now move on to the camouflage. You'll notice in the camouflage part that obviously we do not have these little additions, so you know, just be aware of that. I just want to make sure I added those on because you know, we were a little inaccurate without having them. Anyways, that's going to do it for that. Let's go and move into the camouflage. Also, while we're at it, going back in time, I just want to go and cover a few things also. For some reason, some stuff didn't transfer over correctly, and I do apologize for these little mistakes, but they're simple additions that really aren't going to change anything really major. So we want to go ahead and go to these stone brick top slabs here. We're actually going to replace these with some nether brick top slabs. I don't know why that wasn't the case. It should be that on both sides there. And when I was actually you know, doing it, I kind of realized that that didn't look right. But I went back, referred to the original design, and that's how they're supposed to be. So a nether brick slab and top slab like that. Also, a very simple addition is to place down a sign on the side of this dark oak wood stair, and or the stone brick stairs. You don't have the camouflage just yet, but it's going to be a sign on the side here, like those. So again, a few simple additions, and you know, the aircraft is looking good. Obviously, you haven't seen the camo yet, but let's go ahead and move into the camouflage now. Alright guys, so moving into putting the camouflage on. It's not really anything crazy. It's pretty standard for the camouflages I typically kind of do on my aircraft. Basically what it's going to consist of is just putting in some kind of you know, just splotches of green, really, is what we're going for. So to kind of get it started here, we can go ahead and take a look at the right front here section. I'm not going to really do like explain how to do it block by block, just kind of more of a general idea of how to do the camouflage. You can kind of do your own type of camouflage really for it. So basically, we can take some mossy cobblestone walls, mix in some regular cobblestone walls to kind of give a, you know, greenish or more greenish appearance. We can also swap this polished andesite block behind this mossy cobblestone wall with green stained clay as well. And we can maybe replace a few of these dark oak wood stairs as well, like that, to kind of give it a little bit more shading here. And to kind of show this more at a little bit of an angle here, we're going to go and put an Aermacchi cobblestone wall in this spot right there. So you can see kind of like the front there gets a little bit of a design going on for it there. On the other side, we can choose to kind of continue it. So imagine that it kept kind of wrapping around to this side. So we can kind of have it continue kind of in a shape like this. Maybe a green stained clay block here on the bottom. And, you know, something kind of like that, I guess, is what we're kind of going for there. So nothing too fancy there. Coming back here, we can maybe start a narrow little stripe that kind of goes over. So some green stained clay, dark oak wood stair. And you can see we're not doing super, you know, dark or super, you know, long stripes. We just want to keep them kind of thin and just kind of think about kind of rotating them over to the air side and having them kind of flow with the aircraft, I guess, is really what we're going for here. And they kind of connect this side here. We can replace some iron trapdoors here, some wooden trapdoors, and have some dark oak wood slabs, so it kind of flows into the wing kind of like that. For the wing, again, it's real simple. We can just add some random splotches here. You know, again, we can kind of just mess with it, see what really works. Just do something kind of like that. And you could also have it come out here to the fuel pod, the fuel pods if you want to. So you can have a little bit of coloring on these as well. Of course, you don't have to, but you know, you could add a little bit of color to them as well, a little bit of splotching and stuff like that on the wings. And obviously, you can decide how much green you really want to mix into it. You can have more silver, have more green. Kind of up to you guys on what you want to do there. So, you know, that kind of covers the wing there. You'll do a different design. Make sure you don't copy the same design over. You kind of want to keep it a little bit different. So for this, for example, you know, we may start back here and maybe work our way toward the outside of the wing here with this kind of stripe. So it kind of runs through more of the majority of the wing here, like that. It kind of comes back to this section here, and then maybe starts flowing up like this and into the tail piece a little bit here. And it could even flow, you know, quite a bit into the tail if you really wanted it to. So something kind of like that. You know, you just want to kind of keep a nice kind of natural kind of you know, nice curve to it a little bit. And then over here on this side, you know, we can have it kind of come down over here on this side. Come down. We can replace these blocks here, some dark oak wood slabs to replace these little fins on the side here a little bit, and all that. And we can also obviously have it on the tail back here, so putting some green carpet in, and also maybe putting some spruce wood slabs in here for the stone slabs. I kind of like to put this like a little bit of a lighter color to kind of represent the flaps. It kind of highlights them a little bit, and it kind of makes them stand out. So we can obviously replace the blocks here a little bit with some signs. Just note one thing with the tail here is that, you know, if you do one block on one side, it's going to be the same thing on the other side. So just a little thing to note there. But you can do something like that, and maybe even put a little bit of, you know, green here on the tip with these horizontal stabilizers there on both sides. And you know, it's just kind of up to you guys. You can even have these splotches kind of connect to each other if you really want to. You know, it's pretty much up to you guys on what you can do. There's a lot of, you know, different patterns, variations, and stuff like that you can really do for it, and you can decide how much green, how much, you know, kind of gray you really want. So that's pretty much the technique there for putting the camouflage on. Obviously, it's not the same as the one I did over here for the trainer, or the my original version, but that's the beauty about it, is you guys can change the camouflages up constantly so that you can have a bunch of different camouflages for the same jet, and make it kind of stand out in a little bit of an area a little bit better. Anyways, that's going to do for that. Let's move on to putting the landing gear on. So if you decide to go gray or do the camouflage, you can now move on to putting the landing gear on. Alright guys, so moving into the landing gear. As you'll notice with the aircraft and the bombs equipped and everything like that, it sits really low to the ground. The, you know, bombs at the lowest point, it's only a half a block off the ground. Which is semi-realistic. This aircraft sits extremely close to the ground, which I was thoroughly surprised by how close to the ground it actually sits. But yeah, you know, that's just how it is, I guess. So anyways, let's go and put the landing gear on, starting off with the front wheel up here. So for this, it's a very simple design. We're going to place down a cobblestone wall that's going to come down from this full block right here. So we have these 2 full blocks. There's going to be the second one back right before the iron trap door here. On the bottom here, we're going to go at an angle back from the cobblestone wall. Place down a block of coal. We're going to place down a lever coming off this side of the block so it connects up to the cobblestone wall, and a stone button on both sides of this block of coal like this to go ahead and make the front wheel like that. Once that's all complete, we're going to go ahead and move to the rear wheels now. So I'm going to go ahead and just do one of these, as it's the same thing here on both sides, whatever you choose to do, or, you know, design for it. So to get started here, we want to go ahead and go to this quartz slab right here. We're going to go ahead and swap this out for a stone brick upside down stair with the back facing toward the rear of the aircraft. Once we have that done, we're going to go ahead and break the quartz slab right behind it. We're going to place down a cobblestone wall in its place. Now, coming down from the cobblestone wall, we want to go ahead and place down a nether brick stair like this, followed by an upside down stair of nether brick underneath that, and the same thing on the back here. On this first nether brick stair here, we're going to place down a zombie head, or a skeleton skull, off to the right side like that. On the inside section here, we're going to go ahead and, let me just double check exactly what I did here. It's nothing too crazy, I know that. So, very simply, we want to go and place down a quartz stair, coming off the cobblestone wall down like this, followed by a quartz full block, and then a quartz top slab down like that. Really simple, and you'll take that same design for the wheel and flip it over to the other side, and you'll have your landing gear completely done. One last thing to add on to the landing gear is going to be a sign on these 2 nether brick stairs for basically the fronts here. And once you have that complete, that is going to pretty much do it for the landing gear, and that's going to complete both the landed and in-flight versions of the MB-339. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this tutorial and able to put to good use our first ever Italian Modern Warfare aircraft. Really cool. Hopefully we can see more in the future for sure. Again, a big special thanks to Brick Bros 2016 for making this video possible, and feel free to check my Patreon page. Again, link is down in the description. If you guys do use this design, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This main thing from assign the build to basically to a link to my channel. If this does you know, appear in any social media sites or anything like that, just be sure I get proper credit for it. That's all I ask for doing these tutorials. It helps my channel grow and it continues to keep me inspired to keep on posting these types of videos. So as long as you guys give me credit for it, you're free to for projects you guys are working on. And that, thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is PR204, and I'll see you guys next time.